What's up? Hey, thank you guys for joining us tonight for our Lucky 13 stream. I'm Murphy. I'm the Funtime Go marketing manager, and this is David Hedgecock, the creator and writer of Miss Mina and the Midnight Guardians.
Hi, everybody.
How you doing, David?
Here we are. I'm doing good. Friday the 13th is treating me well so far.
Good to hear.
We just knocked down another stretch goal this morning, so that felt good. Got a nut. We're getting close to the next one, so I'm stoked.
Yeah, and in case you are watching the stream tonight or before Tuesday at 7, I think, or 8 p.m. Central, you have just about 4 days left to join the campaign. If you want to get entered in for our giveaway at the end of the show tonight, comment on the stream. We're on Facebook, YouTube. Comment on any of those, and then make sure you're a backer on the campaign. We are going to be giving away, I was thinking, probably a kitty collector box that just got added today. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. There was something else I wanted to give away, too.
Oh.
So, yeah, surprise. I didn't tell you, Murphy. So, surprise. So, we've got, so for those who don't know, before we start every campaign, we do a little, like, $1 VIP, like, sign up for everybody, just to get them excited about the campaign and just to make sure that anybody that wants it gets, like, the biggest discounts, all the VIP discounts that we always have in the first couple of days of a campaign. Plus, you get a silicone wristband that's got something cool on it. So tonight I'm wearing the one for the next campaign, which is Super Kaiju Rock and Roller Derby Funtime Go Book 2. So they're already in. The new VIP silicone wristbands just came in. So here's what we're going to do, because I'm excited to have it. So what I want to do is, anybody on the stream tonight, if you do have a $1 VIP already, either from the first Super Kaiju campaign or the Miss Mina campaign, I want you to email us, put in the header, say free FICO in the email header. And then in the body of the in the body of the email, write your full name and the email you use to sign up for the $1 VIP. Again, either for the first Super Kaiju book or the Miss Mina campaign that's going on right now. Email us, and we're going to give you a free metal backing board of the FICO Osio pinup, which is chef's kiss gorgeous. FICO is going to be the new artist on DC Comics Black Lightning book that's launching soon. He's super hot. He's up and coming. He's already done work on Superman. The guy's going to be a legend in the next couple of years. So this is a great chance to get a really super limited thing for free. And it's just because you were a VIP. It's just saying thank you. So email us at admin@funtimego.com and make sure you give us your name and the email that you used to sign up for the VIP. And if you pledged on the Miss Mina campaign, we're going to throw that FICO Osio metal backing board for you in for free. It's a $30 backing board, giving it to you for free just because you're a VIP, just because I want to say thank you, and because I've got the next wristband and I'm excited. That's it.
I can't believe we're like months away from that campaign.
Yeah, I'm always staying 3 steps ahead. You got to with this crowd.
You are. And in case you are not aware, if you want to sign up for a VIP, we always run a VIP like pre-campaign launch before we launch Kickstarter. All you got to do is you go in, you pledge $1 donation for the campaign, and then that gets you some like special VIP rewards. So join the private Facebook group if you haven't. That way you won't miss out on those.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Also, you'll see it at funtimego.com once we make it live. It's usually about 6 to 8 weeks before the campaign. We'll be hopefully you'll hear a lot about it. Everybody will hear a lot about it. That's what we're trying to do. I'm super excited, Murphy. We got a superstar with us tonight. Not we always have you, Superstar Murphy, but we have another superstar with us tonight. So I guess unless there's anything else you want to do.
No, I can't wait. Let's bring him on.
So we're bringing on. Go ahead.
I would say, everyone, welcome Drax Gal.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Doing awesome.
Woo! It's nice.
Thanks for coming, Drax.
With you. No, thank you for inviting me. You guys are great. And I mean, the campaign is just fantastic. I mean, I cannot say enough praises to your campaign.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, we're lucky to have Drax did a cover for us. It's gorgeous. And I want to tell this. Yeah, there it is. The so Drax is amazing, like truly. And so when I reached out to him to ask to do a cover for us, I was like, "Hey, do you have time?" And he's like, "I'm very busy, but I'll help you out." I think mostly because he's been studying with the Zhang brothers, which I'll take it however I can get it. And so then Drax sends me. He's like, "Okay, I've got some ideas." I sent him some stuff. I got some ideas. He sent me this beautiful rough drawing, and for most artists, when you get a rough, it's just a little bit more than like stick figures. Drax sends me like what I thought was almost a finished piece, right? I'm like, this is amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
but then he wasn't done. It was like he sent me 2 others on top. He was like, I don't know which one, and each one of them was like on almost finished cover already. I'm like, I just give me all of them. Like, yes, like I'm not gonna say no. These are all fantastic. And so he's like, okay, well, I'll do this one first. I'm like, yes, but yes to everything, yes. And so then Drax, you send me like the next version, and it's like almost a totally different drawing. I'm like, you like redrew the whole thing, and it's even more amazing. And then you did it again for like a third time. Like, I don't know how you did anything done. This is
No.
anyway. It was like I've worked with. So for those who don't know, I used to be I'm the former editor-in-chief and associate publisher of IDW Publishing. So we used to make I used to be, I was just telling the guys backstage, like,
A superstar. You can say that.
we used to make like 60, 70 books a month. So I saw a lot of art. I've seen a lot of roughs in my day for 15 years of doing this stuff. And man, I'm telling you, I have not seen an artist do what you did, like with those roughs. Like, that was some pretty impressive stuff, dude. And that was just your roughs. And then, of course, as everybody can see, the finished version was just fantastic. I was so happy with it. Thank you so much, Drax. And thank you for coming on and being willing to do this with us. This is going to be super fun. I'm excited.
No, man, no need to thank me. It was fantastic. It was awesome. Like, I guess when you first start working with people you don't really know about, once I think you sent me a message, and then the Song Brothers asked me if I can do a cover for you, and it was like, okay, yes, you're asking, yes. And then I realized I've worked with Morphe in another couple of covers in the past, so it was like, yeah, of course, that'll be amazing. And with I thanks so much for enjoying my work, man. I can't. Like, the book, it's fantastic. I'm a big fan of the Songbros. I actually frequently ask them for advices on my work, so it's just fantastic. And when working on those covers, I send you. I guess it didn't. The cover wasn't in the point I wanted to be. Like the way I wanted to make it look like. So I was trying to figure out that as I was sending it to you. So I don't know, man. I'm so pleased that you like it.
No, I loved every version. I think the version that you ended up with is probably the best one. Like, but man, they were all so good. It was really hard to like just every single one you sent me. I was like, yes, that one, yes.
I'll say there's another one. There's another one of the roughs that I'm really excited to see. And when we were talking about having you on tonight and drawing, originally we were talking about maybe doing like, have you draw like a cover. And there's one here. It's this one. Am I allowed to show another rough, or do you want to hold those back?
I mean, yeah, I think go ahead. Why not?
I brought it.
Just show one
if you guys want to. Also, if later we work on it, I can show it live if you want to.
Is that the one? Yeah. We're gonna watch you draw live tonight, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Let's see what you're.
All right, this is the one I cannot wait for. She looks so badass.
Yeah, so this was so this is a rough, quote unquote, rough drawing from Drax. Like,
yeah, look at
how much detail he's already put in. So he sent me 3 of these to choose from, and I'm like, I'm not choosing all of them. All of them is the answer.
Tell me that.
Please. So that's maybe that'll be the next one that Drax does for book 2.
I mean, yeah. It's funny, like, when you contact me, when we started talking about doing these covers, I was just about to go to a trip on a cruise. So it was really cool when in that trip I was on a beach, looking at the sun and everything, the trees and everything. And I was thinking like, what can I use for this cover? Because I know Miss Midnight's they are in ships and stuff like kind of like a little bit pirate-ish, right? So I was like, I want to take that, right? Like, so I was trying to pay attention to all of that, and trying to imagine how will that character, I don't know, like jump off the ship and come out of the water just to get into the beach, right? And at the same time, I was in that trip. I actually downloaded a game, that Pirates game. So I was kind of like trying to get in that vibe, in that mindset, right? To create those covers. So it's fun. I don't know. I want to do that cover too.
And with this, it's really impressive how you were able to make her stand out so much when there's so much going on in this. And it really just every one of those characters like stands like really well on their own. Like even like Goldie in the very front like is just gorgeous. Like I'm with David. I saw this and I was like, oh, this is the one. Like this is gonna be, and it is. I mean, this is one of our best-selling covers on the campaign. I think probably the second after Zhang.
Yeah, well, I mean the songbrothers. Again, they are my senseis. What can I tell you? But
they're quickly becoming mine too.
I mean, they're so talented. I'm impressed. Like I've been working and when I started working, like let's say when I did my debut in the comic book industry, we started working with this publisher. I'm still working with Dan Mendoza, Stilio. And we started working together. So it was a team of the Song Brothers, me, and Dan, right? So it was really cool that the way I started kind of learning more skills and like you always try to learn from other artists around you. So it was cool to see, to move around this impressive artist, so it's, I don't know, I love them.
Well, and Dan's stuff has such a like specific style to it too, that like that kind of brings in another challenge of like, you want like your style to come through, but you also want to make sure like you're adhering to like the reason that people already love it. I love the stuff you've been doing with Still Ill, man. Like there's some awesome stuff.
I guess like it's like the Song Brothers, like, they are, since they are animators, their style it's also perfect. Like it's flawless in my opinion, right? And Dan's style, it's also like he has worked so many years with his art style, that I think I was kind of, I have always had this like feeling of the newcomer, so I was trying to learn from them. And I think what I took from both of them, it's I try to give this professional look to my work, but at the same time I love to make adorable faces or cute faces on the characters I work with, right? Like Dan too. So yeah, thank you. I'm happy you like it, Murphy. Thank you.
So speaking of the Zhang brothers, I have something super exciting. So on the campaign, we offer these really, really awesome oversized foil raised posters. I just unboxed them. They are gorgeous, and I took a little video, so I want to show you guys. I will say this: David has not seen this yet, so this is gonna be...
I'm excited too. Yeah.
Are you ready?
Look at that. It's so pretty. It's so pretty.
They've got such like nice strong lines that when you hit that right angle, I mean, you can see like every line just has this really, really nice just like pop. And then the other one that we've got is the complete opposite. And I couldn't choose which one of these I would get, because like they're both amazing, but for
absolutely beautiful.
That's
So
sweet.
awesome.
That's pretty cool. That Angela Wu did the second piece, and she was another one. It was so fun to work with her because she was sending sort of like as she was finishing layers, like because she's really got like a lot of layers of different, like it's almost collage style the way she was working. She's drawing it all, but so it was really fun to watch the way she was working. Like the you can see Lucy in the background with the red hair behind Mina, and just the way she manipulated the drawing a couple different times to like really get that fantastic like vampiric ghost like look of that character. She just really nailed it. I was so fun to watch her work. Man, that's really nice. Thanks for sharing that, Murphy. That's cool. I hope some people pick those up. I think we do have one or two people have already picked them up, right?
We've got a couple. Yeah, we had there was a VIP and early bird special to get these with a couple of the free books, but you can still get them. There's an add-on, and then there are the big tiers up top. You can get the posters and the sketch cards. We only have one left of this complete collector tier. So if you want a little, like all of it, there's only one left, and that is a pretty good discount on there. Then we've also got a couple of different poster tiers that you can get in on. Same thing with the sketch sets. The Mina cards are actually, well, they're over halfway gone. So if you guys want an original art by Zhang Brothers, this is your chance to get one. So go in there, grab those. And then just in case you have just joined us, we are going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the stream tonight. So today we added our Kitty's Lucky 13 collector box. So this is actually designed by the Zhang Brothers. We sent them the layout for the collector box. They set this up. It's so cute. She's my favorite character. Like it's just such a cool design. Yes. And so they designed this box. So this is the only way you can get it is in the collector set. It's a tier or an add-on. That's also going to come with 2 metal prints that you get to choose, a set of the foil trading cards. And then what are you working on over there, Drax?
I'm working on another cover. We can say that it's a cover.
So that is actually what you're working on. There is going to be the mouse pad that's coming in the collector box. Yeah. You want to give everyone a little preview?
Yes. We're going to be working. I don't know if we're going to have time to finish it on the stream, but this is what we're going to do today. So let me move this out of the way. So this is also the character you were talking about. Remind me her name. It's
Kitty.
So I have this layout, and this one I didn't show you guys before, but it's kind of the same idea, you know? It's a little bit of what.
Oh my gosh! Gee, you're killing me, man. How am I supposed to choose?
So it's practically the same idea. They added the text, knock first, and we see here Mina. Oops.
I love that one. I think we might have to do that one.
I think I'm with you.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
That's more or less the way I like you were saying. It has to make sense in my head. I'll have to like the post or I like just 2 days ago. I think Murphy we were talking about other cover work, right? And before anything, I asked Murphy if she could actually show me the characters she wanted me to work with. And the reason is I think it's easier, right? To sometimes, if you like the character designs, if you like and enjoy how they look like, you can make a better work. Or for me, I know I'm going to enjoy working on them, right? So the characters you guys have in Miss Mina, it's just fantastic. I love them. I like the file you sent me, David. It's crazy, dude. I was like, holy shit! And you sent me 3 different files. You were like updating them as I was working on the cover. So it was crazy. Yeah. I was like, oh shit, this looks cooler and cooler and cooler. It was crazy.
I've never seen anyone give me as much to work with as David. Like it is, he thinks of everything. It's makes our job that much easier.
Also, like the campaign, the way you guys arrange the campaign, I love it. It's so much fun to go through it. You know, like the chibi faces you put around the campaign, explaining stuff. I think it's so creative. It's so nice. It's like, oh, it's fun to go through it. You know, I love it.
We actually had John Brothers. I asked David to ask them to like give us a couple of little of those like faces, and where's the one that's the one. I love him so much.
I love it.
Yeah, the Zhang brothers are super creative, and just in terms of like giving everybody a lot to work with. Like the thing that we're absolutely doing is we're working way ahead. So by the time we get to the campaign, the book's already done. So like when we did Super Kaiju back in May, the book was already done, and Rolo was already working on issue 2 or book 2. He's almost done with book 2 because that's going to be the next campaign we do. And when we launched the Miss Mina campaign, that whole book was already done. There was like maybe a cover or two that I wasn't sure which one I was going to use, but the interiors, the Zhang brothers had already finished the interiors. And in fact, we were almost done with the lettering. So at this point, the book itself is already at the designer. Like we're already getting it designed out. By the time the campaign ends on Tuesday, we're probably got like 1 or 2 weeks of editing to do, and then it's off to the printer. Yeah. And for those who saw the Super Kaiju book, like the printing, hopefully everybody agrees, the printing, you know, it's this really super nice deluxe hardcover with beautiful dust jackets, super thick paper, and you know, spot varnishes, lay flat binding. Like we're going really big on these things. The idea is that I want everybody that joins us and pledges with us to feel really good about the thing that they get at the end of the day. And I know what that looks like, you know, because I've got so many years of experience doing this stuff. And I also don't want people to have to wait forever because, you know, they're waiting for us to draw it. And so I feel like if we're giving the artists enough time to do their thing without a lot of interruption, a lot of deadline pressure, and we've got everything ready to go, that's when we launch. That's when we do something. So thanks for that, Murphy. I appreciate you saying that. I know you do a lot of campaigns, so I appreciate that. Should we watch Drax draw while we're talking? I kind of want to see him like kind of dig in. I don't know how are we going to do that?
I was thinking maybe just direct the camera to the iPad. Like I have my cheap setup. I was telling Murphy I just came back from the States to Mexico, so all my cool setup is in my other office. So right now I'm working with what I have here, right?
Okay.
But if that works for you guys, if I just point the camera to the iPad, that works for you?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Sure, why not?
That's something. There was something I wanted to ask you, Dave. Actually, what was the idea behind Miss Mina, right? like how do you like I feel
so
like...
I'll tell you the story. Yeah, I can tell you the story. So let me think about how it went. So we were working on Super Kaiju Rock and Roller Derby Fun Time Go Book 1. The artist for that is Rolando Mayada. He's an amazing artist from Uruguay, and I just love him so much. I've worked with him for years and years and years. And so I when it came time to like figure out like what the cover program was going to be, I reached out to a bunch of different people, and one of them was Neto Diaz. And Neto Diaz, if you don't know, right now he's working on X-Men over at Marvel. He did a Predator miniseries over there, did a Daredevil Black Armor miniseries recently, and now he's on X-Men. Working with Ryan Stegman. He's like doing Ryan Stegman does like 3 or 4 issues, and then Neto's doing 3 or 4 issues. Anyway, Neto was like, oh, he did a cover. He agreed to do a cover for me, produce this fantastic, gorgeous piece. He's an amazing artist. Also, and I said, oh, do you have any other ideas? He's like, man, there's these guys, the Zhang brothers. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I checked them out.
That's how you met them.
These guys. Yeah. So I'm like, whoa, these guys are amazing. I'm like, he's like, yeah, I talked to him. Let me do a quick introduction for you. I'm like, thank you. So I went to the Zhang brothers and said, hey, I need a cover. And they agreed. And then the cover they gave me was just like, I was like my favorite cover of almost all of them. Yeah. And so I said, man, this is amazing. Can you do another one? Not knowing what I was going to do with it. But I was like, I'll do something. Like, I'll figure it out. Yeah. And so they did another cover, and they hit a home run with that one. So I was like, hey, do you guys do interiors? And they're like, yeah. So then I had them do a couple 4-page stories. And at the end of the second 4-page story, like they just nailed it. Like they took my script and just it did exactly what I wanted them to do, and then some. Like it was much better than I had it in my mind's eye. And so I said, "Hey, do you guys want to do a book with me?" And they said, "Yeah, that'd be great. We're really enjoying working with you." And I said, "Fantastic." And when I asked them, I had no idea what I was going to have them do. So I'm like, "Well, when are you available?" They're like, "Okay, we're available in about 6 weeks." And I said, "Okay, I'll have the script ready for you then." And then I scrambled to figure out what the heck I was going to do. So I don't really know. I guess the inspiration came from just like, oh my God, I have to figure this out.
Yeah, pressure.
But I just knew, like, I've always been a fan of like steampunk stuff. I've always been a fan of like alternate history stuff. And I've been watching a lot of Hammer horror film movies. And specifically, I had seen a movie called The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, you know what? I think I've like all this, I gave it a couple weeks and all this stuff was sort of like stirring around in my head, and I started writing little notes, and then Miss Mina and the Midnight Guardians eventually came out of that. So, it's like it's the early 19th century. Miss Mina and her band of misfit monstrosities are, fighting the battles of the forces of Dracula to try to save the world, and just kind of went from there. So now
I gotta tell you, that's the best pitch I have ever heard. Very precise and quick, dude. I love it.
Yeah. I wrote solicitation copy for I don't know, a couple thousand comic books. So I've learned a little trick or two. Yeah. So now, of course, like now it's the world's fully fleshed out. I know exactly like the first story arc, which the Zhang brothers and I are fully committed to. We will complete the first story arc is 4 books. And I know exactly, everything that happens. I know what happens after that. I know all the characters, know everything about them now, But yeah, in that first 6 weeks, it was a lot of work.
I can imagine.
Just like, yeah. So that's kind of how it came about. But I'm really happy with the characters. I think Super Kaiju Rock and Roll Derby Fun Time Go was a book that I've been working on that script and sort of just sitting on it for years and years and years, and I just hadn't got around to doing it. And so because I didn't have the right artist, and so when Rollo made himself said he was available, I took that thing out because so it's like precious to me, and I knew that Rollo was the guy that I could trust to do it right.
Yeah.
But as I've been working with the Zhang brothers and working on this property, I think Miss Mina is just as precious to me now. I've got so many fun ideas, and they're just cool, fun characters. They're having a good time and trying to save the world. And how can you not like people that want to do that? I guess. I don't know. I like them.
No, and I think it's something that it really struck me when I was looking at the concept art. Not just because of the beautiful art, but it's also, I feel that it's not an easy task to create a good team. I don't know how do we say it, but a team that makes sense, like a party, right? And all the characters and the differences between all of them. I think even if I haven't read where the story goes after this issue, I think I can already tell how every character, like if it was a video game, right? The synergy between them and their abilities, the way they will work together, it's so interesting, right? And that's what is striking me the most when I was looking at the concept art. It's just fantastic. I think you nailed it.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been really lucky to work with a lot of amazing writers, guys like Ron Mars and William Gibson, Jonathan Mayberry. I've had a chance to work with some fantastic writers, and so you get their scripts and you read them, you're like, oh, this is how that works. You learn a lot after doing it for so long. So even though I haven't really written a lot, actually, when I came up in the comic book industry, I was an artist. I didn't write. I drew. I drew like Disney gargoyles. That was like one of my last gigs that I was.
Dude, that's crazy! I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I didn't. So I'm from the art side too, So but being like an editor and publisher for 15 years, it really did help me learn the writing side of it as well. So I feel like I've got a good handle on it. I've had some really great teachers. I'm very, very grateful to them. And we've got a really great editor. Chase Martz is, an editor who's worked in video games. He's worked on comic books for years, and he's right there with me to make sure I'm not doing anything stupid. So he's definitely helping me flesh those characters out and make it all make sense. But I have some questions for you, man. What part of the world do you live in?
It's kind of complicated. Like I live I live with my girlfriend in New York, right? But just
Okay.
all the business stuff and everything, I go back and forth basically. My home base when I'm working, it's Mexico City.
Okay.
So it's just kind of like it's kind of crazy. I really like I don't know, man. My girlfriend, since I love to live with her, I have my office there, my stuff there, so it's kind of like the place I try to spend most of my time. But it's back and forth, dude.
Okay. And then what was your obviously, well, I think you're into comic books, yeah?
Yeah, I'm really into comic books. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the comic book that like made you a fan of comic books? Like, what was that one comic book where you were like, oh my God, this is my jam. I have to do this. You just loved it and it was like your favorite book.
I think it's weird. My father was a big fan of comic books all his life, right? He was super into TMNT. Actually, I grew up with that. And Superman, Terminator, and Superman was his main thing. So I kind of always grew up, reading stuff. But I always like it. I used to draw, Wolverine, Hulk, and characters like that when I was growing up. But until I was like 16 years old or 15 years old, maybe, I got the chance to meet Humberto Ramos. And it's a big story, right? But I got the chance to meet him, and it was in that moment. My mother was working with a publisher in Mexico that distributes comic books at a time. So I was getting my healthy dose of Spider-Man every month, and it was the Superior Spider-Man saga. So that's the comic book where I was like, holy shit, this is it, right? And also, and the other one was Danger Girls, a reprint of Danger Girls in Mexico from Scott Campbell. I was like, oh, because you have to understand this, like it's in countries outside of the States, we don't usually get the indie stuff, right? We don't usually see that much of that stuff. So when I got my hands on Danger Girls, I was like, holy shit, this whole other market of not superhero characters exists, right? Maybe the TMNT, but they are kind of a superheroes too, So it's like, I think that's when I fell in love with Danger Girls and Spider-Man, and meeting Humberto Ramos. That was it, I think.
That's funny. I see that influence. I see both of those influences in your work now that you say that. I've got a good Humberto Ramos story. I was a couple years back. I was at San Diego Comic-Con, and
dude, that place just crazy, dude.
It's crazy.
Back
right?
from
It's
it.
crazy.
I love it, but it's crazy.
It's crazy. So I was at the show, and I was just kind of wandering around. Usually those shows are work shows for me, and at the time I think I was working with IDW, so it was definitely a work show for me. But I had a break, and so I was just walking around. I just happened to see Humberto Ramos, and there was like only two people in front of him. There was like just two guys, just like standing there talking to him. I was like, oh man, and
chance, yeah.
I was like, yeah, here's my chance. So we had talked a little bit because he was going to do a cover for us for something. I don't even remember what it is anymore, but I just wanted to introduce myself and say hello and tell him, hey, I'm a big fan, and thank you for helping us out and blah blah blah. And so I go up to him, and as I get up there, the two guys that are there, one of them gives him his sketchbook and says, "Hey, Mr. Ramos, would you mind doing a quick sketch for me?" And Umberto says, "Oh yeah, of course." And I'm thinking, like, a normal sketch that you get is just like a little head sketch, and it was free too. Like, he wasn't charging. It was just like, "Yeah, I'll do something."
Yeah.
So a normal sketch is, you do a quick little head sketch of maybe Spider-Man or whatever, and you hand it back. Well, he starts drawing, dude, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there watching Master Umberto Ramos do a full body sketch
Holy
of Spider-Man swinging through New York City. But here's the crazy thing, Drax. Here's the crazy, crazy thing. He did, I'm not kidding, a comic book worthy sketch of Spider-Man swinging through New York City, and he did it in like 4 minutes. It was insane. He was so fast. I couldn't believe it. Like, he just started drawing, and just and then the next thing you know, like, Spider-Man's done, and he's working on a background, no rulers, no like perspective lines, and drawing it like in perfect perspective.
It was also like talking while he's doing it,
and he's talking to them the whole time. Yes,
that's a hard ability to unlock. Trust me, that's the hardest ability to unlock.
No, I know you're doing a great job of it, though, dude. I'm impressed. You're talking away. It wasn't crazy, dude. So Umberto Ramos, like, I was already a big fan, but after I saw like that, I was like, oh man, this guy is next level. Like, this is insane. I can't even believe that he could do that. It was so much fun to see him work. And so, of course, after that, I just said thank you so much for what he was doing, and then I kept moving because I didn't want to get in his way. But it was so cool to see it. And what a nice guy. Like, he did, like, I mean, that was probably a $500 piece that he probably just did this for this guy for free and just handed it back to him like it was nothing, and so fast. It was really cool. After that, I was like, I was already a fan, but after that, I was like, I'm a big fan of this guy. He's an original. He's a good dude.
Real quick, just do a shout out for Philip and Quayne. Thank you for backing the campaign. In case you are just joining us, Miss Mina and the Midnight Guardians live right now on Kickstarter. There's a link pinned in the comments. Back the campaign, add to your pledge, or comment on the stream while we're live, and we are going to be giving away a Kitty's Lucky 13 collector box. And Drax right now is working live on what will be the mouse pad that you can only get inside that box. So thank you guys for backing the campaign.
I gotta say, hey guys, thank you so much. James, I know you're one of my patrons. Do you guys mind if I don't know, thank you, my patrons. It's just, thank you so much, guys, for being here.
Yeah, no, of course. Thanks for showing up, guys. I'm glad Drax's fans are showing out. That's really what we're all here for, just to watch you draw, man. And James, you asked if Drax will be back. Drax agreed to do 2 more covers for us.
Yes.
I don't know if this one counts as one or not.
No.
We'll work that out on the back end.
Yeah.
So Drax has agreed to do 2 more. So I'm hoping that we'll get at least 2 more covers out of him before he gets so wildly popular that we'll never be able to he won't even talk to us anymore. He'll just be like.
I think, like, the thing for me is it's like, it's not I don't know, man. Like, in Mexico, I grew up without knowing it was a viable option, right? To become a comic book artist, it's not something you think about in Mexico because it doesn't really exist, right? So I don't forget who I work with and people that enjoy my work, right? Because I try to give my all for not only the fans or the buyers, because it's a product that has to be worth of everyone's money and time, but also, like, you guys, every time you guys hire me, or like any publisher hire me, that you're taking a chance, on my work and my work ethic and everything. So I'm really glad just to be a part of this amazing campaign, dude. It's just like, the characters are great. I mean, Kitty, it's a fantastic character, dude. It's just that it's so well designed, dude. It's so clever, So I don't know.
When I wrote the scene in the book where Mina goes to visit Kitty, she's coming off stage.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if we show any of those pages. Maybe I shouldn't talk too much about it. I don't want to give too much away. What we got in there? Maybe I shouldn't talk about it. Anyway, when I wrote it, I wrote this. Yeah, we don't show it. So I wrote this. I wrote a piece where Mina and Kitty are talking. Kitty's coming off a stage. She's a burlesque dancer, and she's coming off stage. And I was like, when I was writing, I was like, I don't know how Krishna and Balaram are going to do this. I'm asking for insane stuff. Like I should not be asking. This is cruel. But man, they nailed it. They nailed it. I was so happy with how Kitty turned out and how she's being handled. So she's definitely one of our recurring characters. She's a very important piece.
Bro, definitely. And it's funny because when I was laying this stuff up for the stream, it's a tricky character because not drawing parts of her and being able to give the sensation of her figure or her silhouette, right? Just through her clothes. It's a tricky thing to actually do. So it was the way they did it in that scene. It was like, holy shit. Like you don't think about it. Like, for example, here you can see, let me like this, you can see like the corset, right? The shape, but you usually think about it. You don't really draw it, right? Because you think about it in 3D, but you don't draw it. So for example, here you can see the back of the corset, here, or here the back of her underwear. And that's something I wanted to ask you, dude. I noticed your campaign doesn't have a not safe for work variant, right?
No, we're not. We're trying to keep it like PG-13 soft R. We're trying, I mean, just having fun, but not going super crazy, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. I'm back. No, I'm back. I lost you a little bit there. No.
Oh yeah.
But that was funny because when I was showing you this and to Murph, I was telling myself like, oh shit, I think they are going to tell me no because of it's kind of like it's like a soft, nice erotism, a little bit more into. I was trying to do something more into the sexy side of things, right? But I'm super happy you agreed on. It's like in manga they call it ecchi, right? It's not all the way to hardcore stuff. It's just like kind of subtle and funny,
Yeah, we're just having fun with it. Yeah, I don't want to do. I don't know. I don't have a lot of interest in like going super pushing it too much for. Like I say, I feel like if we're in that like PG-13 sort of like soft R rating, like that's these books that we're making are for adults.
Everyone.
and for people who. So yeah, I don't know. It's a good question, but I think that's where we're landing so far. I'm just not interested in like full nudity. I'd rather, I don't know. It's not that interesting to me.
It's exciting to leave stuff to the imagination, and with artists like you and John Brothers that have that like really nice like voluptuous style, you can be super sexy and still, like you said, like even if it's just barely covering like nipples, like it's just such a line,
Yes, and it's also like, I don't know, like I'm trying to also, I'm like right now I'm trying to diversify my portfolio also, like move away a little bit from the just sexy type of stuff, but I enjoy it too. It's fun to just play around and try not. I try not to have that many barriers, so I can learn more stuff from other artists and references and stuff like that. But I get like I think I appreciate when a publisher allows me to play with those ideas. So it was really cool that you actually like this idea.
I loved it. I thought it was super fun. I think it's totally like, I think it's definitely a Miss Mina piece. So do you do interiors?
I do,
Jax,
interiors.
Or you just what are some of your interior jobs that you've done?
Dude, my best work just the campaign just got fulfilled. It's you can find it. It's from Dan Mendoza. It's Sad Girl Psycho Baby 7. It's
yeah.
I started working with him in Sad Girl Psycho Baby 5, and right now I am I just well, a couple of months back, I just finished writing a spin-off story of it. Do you mind if I, tell
Yeah,
you
go
about
for it.
this? Yeah.
Yeah, no, we want to hear. The Stillwell stuff is cool.
Like one of the characters in that story, her name is Motsi. She's kind of like a dinosaur type of character, right? And I was working with Dan since the first issue, and I was showing. I told him, like, I think this character has so much potential for a story, and it's actually the only one that doesn't have her own story. So I wrote a story, Dan approved it, and right now I haven't been able to jump to that character to draw those interiors yet because of the workload and the conventions lately. But I'm actually just finishing my last couple of cover work for this year, and hopefully next year I'm planning to mostly work on just interior work.
Oh, nice. That's great.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So we're gonna get some interiors, more interiors from you then coming up.
Hopefully.
So you said you're doing a lot of conventions. What? How was San Diego for you? What did you have a booth or did you?
I went with. I've been working with Saniscope lately. I went with them. They invited me to be hanging out at their booth, so I was with them at their booth. But it's my first time at that show, dude, and it's just fucking nuts, dude. Man, I wasn't expecting it. Like, it was kind of overwhelming at some point.
It's sensory overload, like you wouldn't believe. Yeah. So here's what I say about San Diego Comic Con. If you haven't been to San Diego Comic Con, you definitely have to go. Like, you have to check it out because it is a spectacle that you should, especially if you're like a comic book fan or just a fan of pop culture. You definitely have to go. But after you've gone once, it's totally cool if you're like, I'm good.
Yeah, I figured
because it's a lot. It's just like you walk into a room and there's like 13 different videos all playing at the same time, all like trying to get your attention. And then there's music and 3 concerts and 1,000 million people all right next to you. And that's all happening at exactly the same time for 4 days straight. It's insane, dude, but I do love it.
But also, like, leaving the show, like, I've been to Chicago to C2E2, New York Comic Con before, and when you leave those convention centers, the con is over. You go to your hotel and it's over. But from San Diego, dude, it was like I was leaving the event, and then some fireworks came out and
and a drone show.
Yeah, the drone show with Iron Man and Deadpool and characters like I was like, what is this? And then you go, please, you go.
No, go ahead.
Dude, like I was hanging at a bar, and cosplayers came in, and it's like this never ends. Like, it's a 24/7 show. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's 24/7 for 4 days straight, nonstop.
Yeah.
Yep. And then out in the bay, there's like people in yachts that are throwing parties. Then everyone's in costume out in the bay. It's like the whole thing, like all of downtown. A couple of years ago, they did a Walking Dead scare run, basically. And it was in the baseball stadium. So they transformed the entire baseball stadium into a survival run. And so you got into the stadium and you had to try to basically get through the stadium and get out, and there's zombies chasing you the whole time. It was insane.
So awesome. That sounds nuts.
It was super fun. Yeah.
But I guess
also you're just walking down the street, and then there's some random like movie star just like walking the other way. Like, you just thought, oh, there's Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
okay, that just happened,
bro. I was just leaving my hotel, and I've been always a fan of comic books, right? So I was just leaving my hotel, and passing right beside me was Mike DeBalfo. And I was like, oh, should I say hello? No, I don't know. Like, I don't want to be creepy, So it's just, I was like, what is this? It's unreal.
I got it. Years and years ago, I was working with I don't know, maybe I should say
hey, bro.
You already started.
You already started, man. Yeah.
It's not that bad. And so Jackson Lansing, who's a writer, his writing partner is Colin Kelly. At the time, they weren't writing partners. So this is even before Jackson and Colin became writing partners. But Jackson Lansing's a very popular writer. He's working at Marvel and DC like at the same time right now, doing all kinds of big stuff. They've worked on Batman and Captain America, and Guardians of the Galaxy, like all that. So yeah, they're great writers. But Jackson, one of the first things that Jackson ever got published in comic books, I was the publisher for it. So we were in San Diego and we were walking down the street. And Jackson, if you don't know Jackson Lansing, he is a ball of energy. Whoa, what is that?
Sorry, my neighbor's got a giant motorcycle.
Nice.
He was showing up. He knew we were in the street.
So Jackson is a bundle of energy. Like the dude is just like nonsense, like super positive, like crazy, super positive guy and super energetic.
Yeah.
So we're walking down the street and coming the other way is Neil Patrick Harris, Doogie Howser, right? Like, he's done a lot of other stuff since then, but I know him from Doogie Howser. Anyway, so Neil Patrick Harris is coming the other way. And Jackson turns to me and we're walking and he grabs my shoulder. And he's like, dude, that's Neil Patrick Harris. I'm like, I know, just keep walking. It's cool. Be cool, man. He's like, and he is visibly, we're walking and he starts visibly like vibrating, like he's shaking with so much energy that he can't handle it. And so we pass Neil Patrick Harris and we're like maybe 5 feet beyond him and Jackson can't handle it anymore. And he just stops in the street and he turns around and Neil Patrick Harris is not far away, like maybe 10 feet away, right? Cups his hands to his mouth and goes, Neil Pat, screaming at the top of his lungs, Neil Patrick Harris, I love you. And Neil Patrick Harris kind of like turns back and without missing a beat, like goes, love you too. And it just keeps walking. And I thought Jackson was going to faint. I thought he was going to pass out right there in the middle of the road because Neil Patrick Harris said, love you too. It was hilarious. It cracked me up. I love it. I was so funny. And I'm like, how are you even a Neil Patrick Harris fan? Like, how is that? But Jackson is a fan of a lot of things and apparently a massive fan of Neil Patrick Harris.
I have an embarrassing celebrity encounter that I think also was San Diego. And it was the day before, so it wasn't quite, it wasn't crazy or anything yet. And I was walking from my hotel to the convention center, and I walked past a man and a woman. And as I'm walking past, I see them, and then like about 2 seconds after they passed me, my brain connected. That was Edward James Olmos. I love Battlestar Galactica. I mean, I'm a huge Battlestar Galactica fan, but I couldn't remember his name. I just went,
no.
Old man.
Old man?
What they call him in the show. And he just turns and goes like yeah, all right.
I'll take it.
It took about 2 minutes for me to like remember. Edward James Olmos, damn it.
Oh man.
That's nuts.
Panicked in the moment.
Yeah. But it just happens on San Diego. It's just like crazy.
Want to give another shout out, Joseph. Thank you so much for backing the campaign.
Yay.
If you haven't backed the campaign already and you want to enter into our giveaway for today, we are going to be giving away one of these Kitty's Lucky 13 collector box set. We just added this to the campaign this morning for Lucky Friday the 13th. It is going to come with a 2 metal prints. You get to choose your metal prints. There are a set of these awesome foil trading cards. And then we are right now watching Drax do a live drawing of what will be the mouse pad design. And that mouse pad will be exclusive to the collector box. And if you want to get entered into our giveaway, comment on the stream on Facebook or YouTube. You can add to your pledge or pledge for the first time. And we are going to do one of these drawings today. And then we have another special that David surprised us with today, which is if you are a backer, a VIP backer from either Miss Mina and the Midnight Guardians or Super Kaiju Rock and Roller Derby Funtime Go. Send an email to admin@Funtime Go with your name and your email that was associated to your VIP account, and you are going to get a special. You're going to get, what was it? A metal print of
The
Fico?
the Fico Ocio, yeah, the Fico Ocio metal print. So it's a $30 print, and we're giving it for free to all our $1 VIP backers. Just to say thank you, really appreciate everybody. You got to do it by midnight tonight, though, so make sure you take advantage of that. And hopefully, lots of people. We got some VIPs that are gonna get a free backing board. I want to give a bunch of those away. But I think we should probably
James
wrap.
White wants to make sure you know that he backed this campaign too. So thank you, James.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, James.
And Philip, you did start big. SDCC was your first con, man. Nice. That's go big or go home, I guess. Let's see. So Murphy, we're running pretty long. I think we should probably wrap it up. We've been taking up a lot of Drax's time. He's important.
No. Like whatever you prefer, guys. I'm okay.
I don't know. I think we've done a good business. I think we should wrap it up here pretty quick. What do you think, Murphy?
Let me move the camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to give you guys, we'll give you guys 2 minutes to comment on the stream or to go and back the campaign to get entered in to our drawing. And in case you haven't seen it, do we want to watch the Miss Media video again? Or Drax, did you have some closing statements?
Closing statements. I think it's a crazy campaign. It's the characters, the book, everything you're getting on this campaign. It's just beautiful. It's like top notch. So you have a great writer like David himself, and a fantastic team, a duo team like the Song Brothers. So definitely check it out. Like it's definitely something different that you haven't seen before, and it has that, like, cute kawaii kind of look to it, and epic, like the battles you guys have. It's fantastic. So just check it out. It's super cool.
Thanks, Drax. Murphy didn't put you on the spot at all on that one. Appreciate you, bro.
No, but it's true. It's true. I enjoy looking at this. And seeing the campaigns.
Yeah. Christian and Balram are amazing. I'm feel very lucky to get to work with them, and thank you for the kind words. Murphy, should we you want to show the video one more time? Is that what you're thinking?
Sure.
Give everybody a chance to comment before we draw a winner. Is that what we're doing?
Go.
Supersonic Cadillac. I'm illuminated, you can call me sunshine. Picture perfect supersonic Cadillac. I'm more than illuminated, you can call me sunshine.
All right. Are we ready? Let's go. And
Congratulations.
so close, Joshua. Sacred Sin, congratulations. You are going to be getting our Kitty's Lucky 13 collector box that is coming with that exclusive mouse pad that you were watching Drax Drive Draw live. Thank you guys all for coming out tonight to watch. We really appreciate it. And Drax, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, guys. It really means a lot. Thank you.
All right. Well, I think
was fun.
Go and back Miss Mina and the Midnight Guardians. You have until Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central. We will be back Tuesday night for our fun time chat. So come and we'll be doing most likely another giveaway that night. So make sure you follow us on YouTube or on Facebook, and go find, if you go look at our most recent update, you can join our private Facebook group where you get to vote on rewards. You get to see some like early content. So go join those, and we'll see y'all next time. Thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye bye.